where wisdom is poured and stories are shared. Each week, I want us to slow down, pour a glass of wine, and talk about life's lessons, aging with intention, and what really matters as we're growing older. I'm so glad you're here, friends. Let's begin. Today I want to talk about something close to my heart: the beauty of dating oneself. You know, the taking yourself out on dates, excursions, trips, taking classes, because you've learned to value and enjoy your own company. Today's episode is not only for single women. You can date yourself even if you're in a relationship. You should date yourself even if you're in a relationship. I believe it to be a valuable experience, no matter your age or relationship status. Me, I've been single for almost 4 years, but I've also been married and can understand and speak from that perspective. It also doesn't matter what age you are. I wish I would have known and had tried dating myself when I was younger. I would love to have known more about that. But it's okay, because now I'm doing it and I'm loving every minute of it. I have fully embraced dating myself over the last few years. I can truly say I have gained so much from learning to enjoy my own company, from telling myself that I'm enough, that my company is valuable and actually enjoyable. So let's get into this today. Let's talk about dating yourself. Let's discuss the why, how, when, and where. So let's get into it. Why don't we start with the why you should date yourself? Well, why should we date ourselves? What's the value in that? Personally, I believe we should date ourselves for several reasons. One is because it helps us to sit in our own thoughts and embrace our own unbiased opinions and decisions, not just bouncing that off another person. I believe it builds confidence as you learn to navigate places and situations on your own. You can't really count on anybody else. It's you. You've got to solve that problem. You've got to figure out how to get there and where to park the car and, how to find your way back. That will build confidence. And it takes confidence to sit alone in a restaurant or to travel alone locally or even to another country. You have only yourself to answer to and to count on. And that's very liberating. And it will build your confidence counting on yourself. I also believe it reinforces your own value, that our own company can be enough. If we always have to be with others and we're afraid to do things by ourselves, are we telling ourselves we're not enough? Is it time to let ourselves know, hey, you know what? You are good enough just by yourself. It's okay. It's great to go out with others and do things with others, but it's also very valuable to do some things on your own. Teach yourself that your own company can be enough. I've had to teach myself this over the last few years. I really encourage you to see yourself in that light, that you're valuable enough. You know what else it does? It gives you the opportunity to ask yourself, well, what do I want to do? Isn't that a beautiful and liberating concept to think about? Usually we're asking our kids or our spouse or our friends, well, what do you want to do? Oh, you don't want to go that place? That's okay. We can go where you want to go. And those things definitely have a time and a place. We should accommodate others sometimes. But when you go it alone, you don't have to worry about that. The question of what do I want to do is so exciting, because then you get to decide. You get to go do those things that maybe you wouldn't otherwise do. And I've found, as I've grown older, I enjoy my own company enough that I don't mind going and doing things by myself. In fact, sometimes I actually prefer it. I didn't really know about that when I was younger. Now, if these days, if I don't have any friends or family to do something I'm interested in doing, well, guess what? That's okay. It's okay if they say no, or they say, yeah, I really don't want to go there. That's not of any interest to me. Well, you know what? It takes a little bit of that sting away when you can say, you know what? That's fine. That's good. I'll go. I'll go and enjoy that on my own and have a good time at it. What a gift to give ourselves. So that's a little bit about the why. So let's move on to the how. Well, how do we actually date ourselves? What does that look like? I can use some of my own examples and examples I've seen other friends do. Going out to eat is very pleasurable with those that you love, but it can also be enjoyable alone. If there is some place that I've been dying to visit and I just can't get it to work with others, or maybe they don't want to go, I'll go to that restaurant alone. I can and I do. I'll sit in that restaurant, either at a table or the bar, depending on how I'm feeling, and then I'm going to eat and drink what I want. I can eat at my own leisurely pace and take in all the surroundings. Oftentimes, if I'm sitting at a bar in the restaurant, there are others to talk to, if I choose. That's another beautiful thing about it when you go into a restaurant alone. You can talk to others if you want, but if you're really just wanting to sit there quietly, enjoy your own company, you can do that as well. But it can be a great way to meet other people. I've met some very interesting people while sitting at the restaurant bar. And I know some people sit on their phones the whole time while they're alone, in the restaurants, but I really don't do that. I might check a little social media, or I might check an email, and then I put my phone away. I don't want to just sit there on my phone the whole time. Because something I think about is, well, when I'm with my friends or family and I'm spending time with them and we're eating a meal, I'm not going to sit there on my phone. So why would I do that in my own company? I want to teach myself that I'm just as valuable as if I were with others. So I deserve the same treatment. Just something to think about, something that works for me. So the how is just you can go to restaurants, you can just sit there quietly, you can enjoy others' company if you want to. If you don't, you can sit there on your own and just people watch and absorb the environment and sit in your own thoughts. Now the win of dating yourself, well, God, that's an easy one. My answer to this is, well, anytime it fits your schedule. Maybe you're dying to try that new restaurant, but your significant other is out of town, or maybe just doesn't have the same interest in the place. Well, that's a great time to go and venture out on your own. Maybe you've been wanting to take a class, like a pottery class. That's something I've been thinking about. Or now the vision board classes. So if there's something like that you're wanting to do, go do it. Don't be afraid to go do those things on your own. Maybe you're wanting to visit some new museum that's opened up. And they have this grand opening, but nobody else wants to go. Or you know what? Sometimes it's not that others don't want to go. Sometimes you can just choose to go by yourself. Anytime there's something out there that you are wanting to experience, that's the win. Go do it. It's a great time and opportunity to start doing the things that you want. And I promise you, you will find that it can be very enjoyable. I would encourage you to not allow others to dictate whether you go and do the things that bring you joy. If you have kids, they either already have left home or they will. That's a great time to start your dating yourself. It's a wonderful time. Last step is the where of dating yourself. Well, a lot like the when of dating yourself, it's truly wide open. Think about if you're dating a person. Well, the where of dating a person, where you're going to go on your dates, well, that's wide open. Same thing when you're dating just yourself. The world is your oyster. I'll use some of my own examples. Some of the places I have dated myself have included restaurants, bars, movie theaters. I'm not afraid to go see a movie by myself. I can use the example that just happened about 2 weeks ago. I wanted to go see The Housemaid. My oldest daughter wanted to see it, but we could not get our schedules to mesh. So I just bought a ticket online, went to the movie theater by myself, enjoyed a glass of wine, enjoyed a meal, and enjoyed the movie. So yeah, that's a place that you can go while you're dating yourself. Go see that movie you're wanting to see that nobody else is interested in. Some other things that you can do could be hiking, biking trails. I do both of those things by myself a lot. Have I done them with others? Yes. But sometimes I just like the quiet. I have visited gardens by myself, museums. I really love that one because I always feel like, you should be a little quiet when you're in the museums, and when you're by yourself, you can ease into that very easily, just being quiet and absorbing the environment and looking at the things that you want to look at in the museum and strolling at your own little pace. Obviously, you can go to shops, but maybe there's one nobody else is interested in. You can go to the shops on your own. You could go to a wine tasting. You can go to any kind of markets. That's a great way. You just stroll around. You can look at the things that you want to look at. And guess what? You can even date yourself with travel. Isn't that exciting? Personally, I have taken solo trips, and let me tell you, it is an incredible experience. My first solo trip took me all the way to Italy. You talk about jumping in with both feet. And I do hope to get more into solo travel in another episode soon. It's definitely something I'm passionate about. And I feel like I have a lot to say about that. And I have some friends that have done some solo traveling, and I'm sure they will have some things that maybe we could add to that next episode. I think it deserves its own full episode, and I can't wait to share that with you. Another where comes from a friend of mine, Kim. She shared recently with me how when she was living in Florida, that she registered, trained for, and did a mini triathlon totally solo. So she didn't have a training partner. She didn't attend the triathlon with any friends. She did the whole thing all by herself. And she said it was an amazing experience. Isn't that cool? I love that. I encourage you to step out and try something new. totally on your own and not let others keep you from living your best life. It sure gives you your power back, doesn't it? So think about that. What is something that you've been dying to do, but others are not wanting to do it? Don't let that stop you. And I know that it can be a little intimidating. I understand that. I really do. So I would encourage you to take it slow. If you're a little scared about this, but you really want to try it, do some small things. Like maybe just start out going to the public library by yourself and browsing through some books. Maybe you could go to the local coffee shop, take your book with you, just sit quietly in there reading for 15 or 20 minutes. Or maybe just go sit at a bar in a restaurant and enjoy that appetizer you've been reading about online. Try something small. That's the best way to get started. I would encourage you to date yourself any chance you get. It really can benefit you in so many ways. It can take you to new places that maybe you wouldn't otherwise go because others aren't interested or can't go. Dating yourself can be any time. And the ways that I think that you can grow are many. I really do. And I have my own personal experiences to base that on. Start small, and then as you begin to build your confidence, I hope you will find yourself ready to date yourself in bigger ways, like a solo trip to Italy. I do hope our chat today resonates with you in some way and will encourage you to take the first step. Or maybe you've already been on this dating yourself journey, and maybe it just gives you a smile of understanding and maybe a few more ideas of things that you can do on your own. You know what? You deserve it. You really do. I really feel like there's so much more to explore with this topic. I feel like I could go on and on. So I'm thinking that maybe a part 2 will need to make an appearance soon. I would love for you guys to comment and let me know if any of this resonated with you. Or maybe you've done some dating yourself and you want to share that with me and let me know maybe some other ideas or just how it has helped you personally. Please feel free to share. I really enjoy feedback. It helps me keep moving forward as I just started this journey a few weeks ago. This is episode 5. How exciting. But your comments would be so beneficial. I would love to hear from you guys. And I also want to thank you for the likes and the shares and the subscriptions, all of that. So I would encourage you to please follow the podcast. That way you always know when new episodes are being released. I will try to have at least one a week, maybe sometimes 2. And I just want to thank you for supporting me this far. It's really been a fun journey. I love this creative outlet. Also, I want you to know that I am on YouTube as well. So if you want to subscribe on YouTube, I'd love that. This podcast is on Apple Podcast. It's on Spotify and a lot of others. And I just want to thank you guys for joining me again today. This has been a fun topic. I've enjoyed it. And like I said, I think the idea of solo travel, I think that needs to be a topic for its own episode. I'm very passionate about solo travel and have some of my own experience to share. And I also think the date yourself idea, there's a lot more to it. I think we could easily do a part 2 for that one. And maybe you have an idea for a show. I'd love for you to share that with me also. I'm always open to new ideas. And thank you, friends, for joining me today as we sipped, savored, and reflected on this beautiful life that we've been given. Thank you, friends. And until next time, cheers.